Hey! The last digit of your like on this video by each who you are from Melon Playground, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your Melon Playground item. So go down right now, subscribe and give me a like. Look at the screen. Notice the last digit of your like and your subscription and write in the comments who you are from Melon Playground. It's simple, if your like is number 8 and the last digit of your subscription is number 5, you're a lemon and a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy the show.
Hello friends, you are on Melonfonk channel. In this video I will tell you about Melon Playground Update 26.0. But before I start the video, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys for being in my video. If you want to be in my next video, you need to do a few things. 1. You need to subscribe to my channel. 2. You need to like it. 3. Write your top comment of 4 words or more, and don't forget to watch this video from beginning to end. It's very simple to fulfill all these conditions and have fun watching. So friends, I was not planning to record such a video because we have already sorted out the plums of the last few days, but since the developers surprised me so much that I decided to revisit the plums and tell you about what will be in the update 26.0, and there is a lot to tell. So sit back and make tea and coffee, and it will be very interesting here. And apparently, the developers have a new, very influential admin, because in the developers' Discord server, there is a section called Dev Blog. Usually in this blog, constantly published news only one person, and this is the main developer, the creator of Melon Playground, and his name is Slime. But recently, a very interesting news came out, and first of all, this news was published not by Slime himself, but by a person called Mintflix. Either it's one of his very powerful admins, or maybe a deputy, or maybe a tweener account. But that's not the point. The news is pretty much: if you play Melon Playground very often, especially if you are involved in building creating any mods, you have definitely noticed the problems with layers. It is impossible not to notice. And with updates, this problem has not gone anywhere, and perhaps somewhere and aggravated. I do not know why it works like this. And in general, this problem is so frequent that it just triggers absolutely all players, especially experienced ones, because it actually slows down the process of building any ideas or creating any mods. But that's not the point. These bugs really just slowed the game down as much as possible. And instead of solving those problems, the developers just came up with some brilliant idea, and it's probably going to come out in Update 26.0, or maybe in 25.5, we don't know yet. And that idea is that the developers just came up with a new manager with layers. All the information is on your screen, and you can see how it will look. Apparently, we can select an NPC or an item that's going to be in the background, which means it's not going to be possible to touch it in any way. So basically, the items that are going to be in the front, they're going to be in the front. And we can see that there's a background layer and a middle layer, which is the middle and the background. Apparently, the middle background can also be customized. That is, it can be set to -, 0, or plus. How this will work is still not clear, but most likely it will be as simple as possible. And for the background layer, no value will be needed. Because first of all, it is just a background layer. It would be very interesting to see if the objects on the levels will be in contact with each other. That is, let's say if an object is on the back layer, it will be in contact with an object on the middle layer. This is a good enough question, and I think it would be interesting to create a kind of immersion and parallax effect if, let's say, an object is on or on the middle layer, call it what you want. And then there is just a huge logic in this manager. It would change the concept of basically Melon Playground in terms of building mods, and it would really diversify it. Because the immersion would be as if the maximum. Well, imagine if you don't need any item, but you need it just for the background. You just put it on the background, that is on a separate story with layers, and then basically you'll have an item purely for the background. You don't need to disable its collision and so on, so it will be like a contact for other items on the same level. But it won't be a contact for, let's say, on the middle level. I think you know what I'm talking about. Quite possibly difficult to realize, but in principle it will work like this. What do you think about this? Be sure to write in the comments whether you want a manager with layers in the game. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a very interesting and good idea. Well, and let's break down the other plums. Apparently, the developers are going to add a new NPC, and it's dragon fruit. And you ask me where I got that from. Yes, first of all, from the avatar that was added in Update 25.0.1. I think that this is obviously a hint for a future update. In this avatar, we see Melon's NPC and also NPC on NPC that were popular with users but never got added to the game. It seems like the story was with the NPC cactus. A long time ago, the cactus was very simply a popular item. But eventually, the developers looked at its popularity and decided to add it to the game, and it was a very interesting and cool decision, because in fact, the cactus is still quite a very colorful and interesting NPC with its own history, with its own background. And I think dragon fruit is waiting for a similar story, because it's a very interesting and distinctive item. Hints of its release were already before, especially in the latest Melon Playground story cartoon, where the developers tried to reveal the storyline, and to be honest, they succeeded very coolly. If you want, watch the full breakdown of this animated video on my channel. And in this video, there was a very interesting NPC under the main character. Namely, her name was Mary, and she was dragon fruit. I think it's obvious. By the way, in this cartoon, there were some other captions like lemon and others, but I don't think they will be added, and I think it will be the dragon fruit story. What do you think about it? Be sure to post in the comments. And if we talk about the addition, I think it's no secret that in the new update 26.0 will appear a helicopter, and just because he will win the vote, I think here long Rasmusoliladl this topic I will not, because it has already been 1,000 times Rasmusolilin. In general, I am very much looking forward to the update 26.0 because in fact the concepts and plums for the time period is very much, and most likely these plums are sweating for a reason. I think that the update may come out very soon, despite the fact that the update 25.0 came out not so long ago. Also, the developers seem to want to add some very interesting items, such as a grenade called Smoke. A lot. But now the developers have started to hint at the addition of this item. They even posted a video of the smoke, but it's only a concept at this point. And the developers, I think, just want to test the reaction to this item. And the reaction has surprised them, I think, because a huge amount of feedback in this item was on this video. And overall, I would be very happy if the developers add this particular grenade, because it's actually very interesting. Also, I think we're in for some kind of new infinite map. I think that the developers have long since figured out the seed system. And it just needs to start using it very globally, deserves infinity, and it would be cool to see an infinite desert, or let's say, an infinite regular city. And in general, I'd be very interested to see that. Especially it would be cool if they added just a gray background infinite. Basically, any maps should not be limited, and I am waiting for the developers to address this issue. Also, for a very long time, they promise a map editor. I think it's only a matter of time, and maybe in Update 26.0 that one will come out. And what do you think will be added in Update 26.0? Your opinion, of course, write in the comments. But this is the end of my video, and thank you all for watching, and good luck to everyone. Goodbye. And remember, buddy, as always, see you the other day.